Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS position. And right now we'll be discussing about position sticky in HTML CSS. An element with position sticky is positioned based on the user's scroll position. A sticky element toggles between relative and fixed depending on the scroll position. It is positioned relative until a given offset position is met in the viewport. Then it sticks in place like position fixed. And I want you to note one thing right here. Internet Explorer does not support sticky position. Safari requires a WebKit prefix. See examples below. You must also specify at least one of top, right, bottom, or left for sticky positioning to work. So in this example, the sticky element sticks to the top of the page of 0 when you reach its scroll position. So I'm going to show you how all this works together and form something nice. This is what we are having right here. You can find every tutorial concerning CSS position in our CSS position playlist to be able to follow along easily. And right now I'm talking about the CSS position sticky. Talking about the position sticky, I'm having these two elements right here. These two div elements. This one is having red background and this one is having blue border. So I want to position each element in several ways. This one is having position relative, which is this, and we don't give it any left or right or whatsoever, and we are just having the default specification. And right here also this one is having position sticky. So I give this one position sticky, this one I'm giving position sticky. I want to control the left, right, and the top and bottom of it. So let's firstly specify the top and give it 0. I will give it top 0. Let's see what will happen when we reload. Can you see when I drag my element, immediately when I drag beyond all these elements from the top, especially beyond this red element, the blue element immediately fixed itself and stop. It doesn't scroll again, it just stay. It's like it stick to the browser. So let me now increase the size of this. Let's give it 20. Maybe 20 is going to work. Let's reload. Can you see this is not effective? The effect is not showing anymore. The reason why the effect is not showing anymore is because this is taking value from percentage, or you can specify pixel. So when we use px now, it can work now. Let's reload our document. When I reload, can you see now we are able to see the effect now? That is to say, we are saying that after this red element, after the last element that this blue element is having, let's say inside this our document right here, we are having this this text right here at the top, and we are having this div element with red box, and we are having this blue element. We are now saying that after this last element before the blue element, please create 20 pixel space, which is this. If you notice very well, when I'm scrolling, can you see once it's reached 20 pixel space from the top right here, our element, which is this blue element, which we specify sticky right here, is going to stick to the browser and it's not going to move again. But when you are scrolling, any other element can come, can now scroll, can now move, can now come to the top of it. Like for instance, now let's come into our document now. Let's now say we create another element. We just create testing. You understand? Now let's reload. The testing should be at the bottom of this place, right? Now let's keep scrolling. We are going to see what we have. Can you see immediately when we scroll beyond 20 pixel, our blue element stay. Can you see now we are able to see this testing? Can you see when we drag, every other element can come from behind it? Can you see behind it or on top of it, anyhow you want it? Can you see any other element can come behind it, but this blue element is going to stay at that same place no matter what. It's never going to move at all. It's never going to move an inch. Can you see? So that's what we are saying. But let's say for instance now, if we increase the space inside here, if we increase the space right here, if we increase the space to, like, let's say we gave it 50%, that's it, that please, after the last element you find in the document, just create 50% space. After the 50% space, then stay at the top of the screen, never move again when you reach 50% of empty space. Let's reload now. Now let's keep scrolling. Now when we scroll, can you see this element stay when it's reached 50%? Can you see when I scroll now? Let me scroll. Can you keep looking at that red? Can you see now the blue stay around this 50% of our screen? Can you see from the top to the bottom? This is the 50%. From the bottom to the top, this is the 50%. So can you see we are having it at this middle center right here. Now can you see when we scroll any other element can move, and we can still position it also. You can say right. You can just say right. You can just give it let's just give it 40 pixels. It's just going to head to this right side. No, it's not heading to the right side. Let's give it left. Now it's heading to the left, from the left to the right. Yes, so let's give it 400 pixels from left to the right. Now we're having it from the left to the right. Now let's keep, can you see it is staying right here, but it's creating the top value is the one that is creating the space, 50% space from the top, and now 50% space from the left to the right, and 400 pixel space from the left to the right. So that is the position we want it. So it's acting as a sticky element. So let's say we give it 200 pixel. We are saying that after you left 200 pixel empty space, then stay at this 400 pixel from the left to the right, and then stay at that same spot, never move again. Can you see now it's never going to move? So when we decrease this to like 50, and we give this 50 and reload our document, I'm going to see what will happen when we scroll. Can you see when it's the gap between this thing and our screen now is in between this place to this place, this blue element to this gray border here is 50 pixels. That's what we are seeing right there. So when we increase it from 50 pixels, can you see? So when we increase it from 50 pixels to 80 pixels, you are going to see. Let's reload. Can you see it's jump immediately? So when it reach 80 pixels, it's good. So that's what is going on right here. So I want you guys also to practice this, because practice makes perfect. This one of 400 pixels also, when we decrease it to 200 pixels, I'm going to see it's going to come back to the left side. Can you see now? Can you see? So that's how the sticky works. I want you guys also to practice this, because practice makes perfect. It's not good when you don't practice it, because when you practice is when you can know what is really going on with all these things we are doing. So I want you guys also to practice it. When we specify 0 right here, you're going to see what will happen when we reload our document now and scroll. Can you see it's not creating any space at the top right here, because we said that don't create any space from the top. That's what we are telling it right here. I think don't create any space for us from the top, but just create some space from the left to the right. Give it 200 pixels. So that's all. That's why we are able to see this from left to the right, which is this 200 pixel space. Let's decrease the space also from the left also to, let's decrease it to 150 so you guys can see the effect. Let's reload our document. Can you see it's moved to the left again in 150? This is from the left right here to the right here, we are having 150. So that's what you should notice. So let me bring it down to 10 pixels. You are going to see the effect clearly. Let's reload. Can you see now we are able to see 10 pixels from the left to the right? So when we move from the top, when we reach, can you see it's never going to change? So it's just acting like a fixed element also, but it's not powerful like that fixed element. Just depend. I can't say it's not powerful now, because it just depends on what you want to do. So you guys can practice with this. Practice make perfect. Anwar akorede ayofe is my name. Anwar akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. But before I go, I want you all to see that We have covered so many things. We have covered the bottom, left, position, left, right, top, and position property. In our future tutorial, we are going to be discussing about more about this. We have discussed about the clip also in some previous tutorial. You can check it in our, see all things we have covered so far. You can check everything concerning this in our CSS position playlist to be able to follow along easily. And what akorede is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much.